My name is Usha. I am working in Elite IIT for 2 years. I have teaching work experience of 5 years. So now we will see the mathematics, like which is we go with engineering mathematics, M1 topic. So which is common for both autonomous as well as VTU. So we will go with linear algebra today. So this module goes with your matrix. So we see first introduction about your matrix, how it works, like basic introduction about your matrix. So we see what it is. So matrix is always has the dimension m cross n. So m is nothing but number of rows and n is number of columns. So usually we write the matrix in the form of rows and column. So whenever I say matrix is nothing but number of rows and column. So whenever you are writing the numbers in terms of rows and column, that meant for matrix. So this is the matrix with dimension 2 cross 2. So here m is 2 and n is also 2. Okay. Now we see what are the types we have it under matrix. Okay. So we see the types. First we have row matrix. So row matrix is nothing but it's only having only single row. So you know what is row and column? So this way we call it as row, and this horizontal and vertical basically. So column, this is column 1 and column 2, and this is row 1 and row 2. We see what is. So if your matrix containing only single row, that's called your row matrix. So I can give example of 1, 2, 3. It does not matter how many columns you have, it goes with your number of rows. So if you have the matrix has only single row, that's called as what? Row matrix. And second type we have column matrix. Column matrix. So you can guess what will be the column matrix. Column matrix is nothing but the matrix which containing single column. Here it does not matter about how many rows we have, it goes with your column. So it has only single column, that is called as what? Column matrix. And then third one we have square matrix. So square matrix means, when I say square matrix, whenever your number of rows and number of column should be equal. Whenever your number of rows and number of column are equal, then we can say it's a square matrix. So I can give an example of 3 cross 3. That means I will write the matrix 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can see here what is the number of rows is 3, number of column is 3. Whenever you have number of rows and column are equal, that's called as your square matrix. And then we have next as your diagonal matrix. So we see what is a diagonal matrix. Diagonal matrix, it's a square matrix. So first of all it must be a square matrix. That means diagonal matrix cannot be row or column, it must be the square matrix. Okay. So what is the condition? When I say diagonal matrix, remember I will write the example first. This is called your principal diagonal. Okay. What is this called? This is called principal diagonal. So principal diagonal elements. So whenever my matrix containing only diagonal elements, that's called your diagonal matrix. Remember it must be a square matrix, then I can say I have to check the condition where my diagonal elements are present. This is called non-diagonal elements. This is non-diagonal elements must be 0. Then only I can say it's a diagonal matrix. Next we have scalar matrix. Scalar matrix. So we see what is a scalar matrix. Scalar matrix is it must be a diagonal matrix first. Means what is a diagonal matrix we seen just now? We should have principal diagonal. So we should have the elements of principal diagonal, that is called a diagonal matrix. So when I say scalar, it must be a diagonal. Then what is the condition? What is the criteria when I say it's a scalar? So only small change here. My principal elements, principal diagonal elements principal diagonal element must be same. Okay, that means this elements I should have same number, same element must be there. Then only I can say it's a scalar matrix. Okay, so I give the example 2 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 2. This I can say as your scalar matrix because my principal diagonal elements is same. Okay, yes. So we see one more type we have. So last type we have, so we see now what are the types we seen? We have seen row matrix, column matrix, then square matrix, and then we seen diagonal matrix, scalar we seen. So final we have identity matrix. So what is identity matrix? So it's a scalar matrix, it's a scalar matrix. Then what is the condition means? My principal diagonal elements. So principal diagonal elements must be 1. If your principal diagonal element is 1, then I can say it's a identity matrix. So usually we represent with capital I. So we write 1 0 0 1. This is for 2 cross 2 matrix. And for 3 cross 3, 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. Okay. So these are the types what we have it in the matrix. Now come to your topic, what you have here. Everything goes with the matrix. The linear algebra talks about the matrix, rank of matrix. So you have to find the rank of matrix. Okay. So you understood about the types and the matrix whatever we have it. Now we see how to find the rank of matrix. They will give the matrix and we have to find the rank of that matrix. So how to find the rank of matrix we will see now. So I will take the thing. So we have 3 rules over there. First rule, leading element of the matrix. Must be 1. I should make, if at all your matrix containing first element as 2, I should make it as 1. Remember, we can do all the operations, we can do addition, we can do subtraction, we can do multiplication, we can do division and we can do interchange also. So all those things are applicable in my row echelon form. Okay, so we see what's the first rule we says? It says that leading element of the matrix must be 1. And second rule says below leading element. So below leading element I should make the 0. So below leading elements I should make the elements as 0. So make element as 0. So we see the thing now, like example we see, then you will understand better. So first rule, what is the rule? First rule, leading element must be 1. That means your leading element, first element must be 1. And second rule says below leading element, make sure that below 1 I should make it as 0. So it goes with your row wise. Remember, for example, if you have 1 as my leading element, so how to go with this? Below whatever it might be. So I should make that particular things as 0. It might be here something, whatever the numbers it might be. So my intention is to make below leading element as 0. Okay. And third rule says I should get this. So this is done. Next I have to go concentrate on this. I should make this as 1 and then below that I should make it as 0. Okay. That is how my row echelon form goes. Okay. So we see one example. We see the example like the matrix. I will take the example. Matrix is given as 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 5, 1, 1, 3, 4, 5. So this is my question. I want to find rank of matrix. Okay. We see step by step. First step, what is my first rule? My first rule says my leading element must be 1. So it is 1. So no need to change here. If at all no, it is not 1, I must make it as 1. Either doing addition or subtraction, interchange, whatever operation you can do, you can perform on this matrix. Okay. Now, so first element is 1, no need to do any operation. Next, below that this 2 and 1 I should make it as 0. Okay. So remember, this is C1, C2, C3, column C4, and this is R1 rows, R1, R2, R3. So what operation I should make this as get me 0? See, observe here, I am going to use R1 to make my R2, R3 0. Okay. So remember, I am not changing R1, I am changing R1. I am not changing R1, I am changing R2 and R3 by using R1. Okay. So we see what operation I can perform that. So R2 changes to, how it changes? R2 changes to R2 minus, what is the number over here? 2 times I take with R1. Okay. Why I am taking 2? Because when I get 0, whenever I have same numbers with opposite sign. So here I have plus 2, I want minus 2, so that I will get my this below leading element as 0. Okay. Now we do that operation and I be changing. Remember, this arrow indicates it changes. When I write double arrow, it means for interchange. So this is meant for interchanging and this single arrow meant for changes. I am changing. Okay. Now I am simultaneously I will be changing this R3 also. R3 changes to R3 minus, here my number is 1. So no need to multiply any number with your R1. So directly I can do subtraction. Okay. Clear? Now, so remember, when you are writing the changes, I have to write like tilt. This change approximate equal. Don't write equal, you have to write approximate equal. So how it changes? I will write the row. So I am changing R2 and R3. I am not changing R1. I write R1 as it is. 1, 2, 3, 2. Now I am changing R2. How I am changing R2? R2 minus 2 times R1. That means this entire row must be multiplied with 2 and subtract with your R2. So 2 minus 2 get me 0. Then 3 minus 4. Remember, your each and every number you have to multiply with 2. That is what I am going to do with the operation. So R2 changes to R2 minus 2 times of R1. So whatever you have R1, entire number should be multiplied with 2 and subtract with my R2. Okay. Now 3 minus 4 is minus 1. Next, 5 minus 6 minus 1. Next, 1 minus 4 is minus 3. 1, 2 2s are 4. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Now similarly I am changing R3 as how I am changing R3 minus R1. Directly I am subtracting because I have 1 over here. If at all you have 3, have to take 3 times of R1. If it is 5, have to take 5 times of R1. Okay. Clear? Next. So 1 minus 1, 0. 3 minus 2, 1. 4 minus 3, 1. 5 minus 2, 3. Okay. Understood? Next. So what I am going to do here, I should make it as 1. See, observe here, it is already minus 1. So I just to take, I will be changing, I do multiply. So what I am going to multiply, I make the positive, that is it. I do multiply with minus 1. So minus 1 into R2. So how it changes? It changes as 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 1, 3. Because entirely I am R2, I am multiplying entirely with minus 1. That is it. Now, make sure this I should make it as 0 now. So below this I should make this as 0. So observe, it has the same numbers. So directly I can do the operation as I am changing R3. Remember, I am not using R1 now. My R1 uses has done. So I have to change only R3 by using R2. Observe that why I am not using R1. If I use R1, what happens? This value will changes. Make sure whatever operation you are doing, that it should not affect. So this 0 should not affect. I should carry that zeros as it is. So I will be using R2 now. So how I am changing? R2 changes to R3 minus R2. As I said, I am using R2 not R1. If I use R1, it changes, it affects my 0. I should not affect my 0 such that I have to do the operation. So, I will be using directly R2. So, what happens here? 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 1, 3. Here also I am not changing R2, I am using R2 to change my R3. So, 0 minus 3, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 1 minus 1, 0, 0. Okay. Now, observe here one more thing, here this is called lower triangular form. So, diagonal form, so where you are getting 0. So, this form you should get it. Now, I can conclude my rank of matrix. So, rank of, so we represent as row of A. Row indicates rank of matrix. So, what is row indicates? Rank of matrix. So, we represent with row. How to find rank of matrix? So, it is nothing but number of non-zero rows. See, observe, non-zero rows means I have to count the rows which has non-zero. So, I have to eliminate the rows which containing 0. I have to eliminate this, I have to count only the numbers with non-zero rows. Okay. Remember that if even though you are like your matrix has here 0, 0, 0, 3, even though your row containing single element, then also have to consider as non-zero rows. So, what is your non-zero rows over here? 2. Got it? So, this are going to find the rank of matrix. So, you are taking rank of matrix, number of non-zero rows means you have to take all the rows which containing, at least if you have single element over there, then also you have to consider as number of non-zero rows. When you not consider, whenever entire row becomes 0. So, here this I am not considering because this entire row is 0. So, I can stop it here, I can conclude my rank of matrix. Okay? Yes. Thank you.